COVID picture across Europe as a whole, it's the one region in the world where infections are rising and deaths are rising. It really is the epicenter of the epidemic.
Growing public backlash as governments in several European countries tighten coronavirus restrictions. In the Netherlands, more than 130 people have been arrested during 3 days of unrest.
The Belgian capital, Brussels, was today the latest European city to see unrest over tightened coronavirus restrictions.
Protests have also taken place in Austria, Croatia and Italy.
But if you look a little bit more closely, it's actually a really, really varied picture. There are a lot of factors involved. Largely, on the whole, there's a really clear correlation between low vaccination rates and high infection rates. There are some countries, particularly in Central and Eastern Europe, where rates are absolutely skyrocketing. At the moment, hospitals are at breaking point. A couple of weeks ago, it was Bulgaria and Romania. Right at the moment now, it's Slovenia, Slovakia, Croatia. Countries like that. They're among the least vaccinated states in the EU. Around about half or less than half of their total population are vaccinated. And it's very clear there that what you have is a pandemic of the unvaccinated. And there's a second sort of block of countries, which is Germany, Austria, Switzerland. Infection rates are also climbing there. They're high in Germany. They've really shot up in Austria. Austria has among the highest rates in the EU now. They're actually the least vaccinated countries in Western Europe. So we're around about 64-65% of the entire population are vaccinated. That compares with some of the Southern European countries, which are up in the 80, almost 90%. Vaccination, really doesn't tell the whole story. If you look at other countries like the Netherlands and Belgium, for example, which are highly vaccinated, and yet case numbers are just kind of exploding. What experts seem to be saying there is there are, again, several factors involved. Firstly, the fact that the Netherlands dropped almost all its preventive measures. So physical distancing, mask wearing, that kind of thing over the summer or since the summer. The weather is playing a role. So it's cold, it's damp, and that's pushing people indoors. And we know that the virus circulates much more rapidly and more effectively, so efficiently indoors. And a final factor actually is that we know that if you've had 2 doses of the vaccine, the efficacy of those vaccines starts to wane after about 6 months. So most of the kind of 60-year-olds, 50-year-olds in Europe were being vaccinated around about May, June time this year. So 6 months on, that's also playing a role. The big lesson is that, at the moment, the more a country is vaccinated, the fewer cases it will have. We know that vaccination, it doesn't stop people catching the virus and it doesn't stop them transmitting it. But, what matters is the numbers that are in hospital and the numbers that are dying. And that's where vaccines are so important.